Okay, so dear Dhamma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line, and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and focus your mind to this bell sound, please. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, relax your breathing with your thoughts. Do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So bring your attention to your body, please. And observe head to toes yourself and say so patveva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment. This is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime. And detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalations and exhalations. So in the beginning, we're going to relax our body step by step, following my words. Mentally relax your body, please. Relax your head. Relax your forehead. Relax your eyebrows. Relax your eyes. Relax your ears. Relax your nose. Relax your upper lip. And relax your lower lip. Relax your chin. Relax your whole face muscles. Relax your teeth. Relax your tongue. Relax your mouth. Relax your throat. Relax your neck. Relax your shoulders. Relax your arms, elbow, forearms, palms, fingers, fingertips. Relax your all back muscles and relax your spine. Relax your chest and relax your abdominal muscles. Relax your lungs. Relax your heart. Relax your liver. Relax your kidneys. Relax your gallbladder. Relax your pancreas. Relax your small intestine. Relax your large intestine. Relax all abdominal organs. Relax your buttock. Relax your thigh. Relax your knee. Relax your calf muscles. Relax your foot and relax your toes. Relax your whole body muscles, tendons, ligaments, bone marrows, and whole skeleton. And release the tension in your mind and keep relax your face muscles, please. So now bring attention to in front of your nose and your upper lip area. Deeply and gently breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. So now allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself naturally. And when it happens through the sensation of it, recognize this is inhalation, this is exhalation. Do nothing extra. If your mind go here and there, bring it back again and again. Just settle down with the sensation of inhalation and exhalation. And follow the entire continuation of the inhalation and exhalation. And recognize this is the beginning, this is the middle, this is the end of each and every inhalation and exhalation. Some inhalation exhalations may become longer, shorter, heavy, soft, warm, cold. Just recognize each and every inhalation and exhalation has its own character and it is unique. So while inhalation exhalation happens, see how your body calm down following that inhalation exhalation. Not only the body, same thing happens to your mind also. Calming down your mind, inhalation happens. Calming down your mind, exhalations happen. If you don't do inhalation or exhalation, you can experience that. That's why you have allow it to happen naturally. Impermanent, unsatisfactory nature, and selflessness is belong to everything. So observe moment by moment how you experience with each and every sensation impermanent, unsatisfactory nature, and selflessness. You have no authority, you have no power over anything. If you observe, you will recognize that. So, moment by moment, change of your mind, your body, your breathing, initiate your life. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart. and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars, reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe, and may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away. Already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light, please. To your backside, to your left side, into your right side, downward, and upward. To all six directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, you all like to find the wisdom, and every day through this all the practice, one of the main purpose is gaining the wisdom. So when it comes to the wisdom, it is not the information we accumulate, it is deeper our self-realization regarding our own inner experience. So when it comes to that inner experience, that you have to be very clear with what you feel. If you cannot recognize that, you cannot go beyond the feelings. But in day to day, we have this habit to ask from others and always get the help out of others. But what the Buddha said, you have to come to a point to observe yourself. Of course, in the beginning, it's kind of like difficult because asking something is very easy, and following somebody is easy. But when it comes to realization or the wisdom or the panya, it's nothing to do with that. In the beginning, as practitioners, for a certain level to gain this to ourselves, we have to follow the Dharma. But that doesn't mean just following Dharma, you're going to gain the liberation. You have to practice yourself. You have to develop your mind and you have to understand yourself. So it's kind of like this. Just imagine you know where you put your key, car key or your door key, or so any key. Just imagine you know where you put it. And how about if you ask from others what they're going to say? They will say whatever come to their mind. Or maybe You put it there. Maybe you drop it there. Oh, look, maybe it is there. So like that. But if you know yourself, it's very easy. You, whenever necessary, you put your hand and you get it. But if you don't know where you put, maybe you ask from others and you go here and there and you miss the opportunity. So when it comes to knowingly, what you should know. So what the Buddha mentioned as the world, as the samsara, as the life, it's about all your 5 aggregates: form, feelings, perceptions, and volition, or the formation and recognition, or the consciousness. This is what you are going to experience eons by eons when you had a life. Even you went to heaven or the hell, or in between, wherever, this is what you experience. And today, as a human being in this very existence, that is what you experiencing. There is nothing beyond that you experience as a conventional life. Form means all the perception come to your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind as the eye object, ear object, nose object, tongue object, body object, and mind object. Those are called forms. And when it come to you, what happened? There are feelings going to arise. That feelings related to that place, the whatever come to your eye, and with that, then there are with that forms, there are feelings going to arise. And with the ear, in that place, feelings going to arise. In nose, the feelings going to arise. In your tongue, feelings going to arise. In your body, feelings going to arise. In your mind, feelings going to arise. There beyond that 6 faculties, there is nothing you can experience. So then maybe you want to, whatever you experience, finally, that is what going to be with you. So that's why the Buddha mentioned, observe that and recognize and see what is happening. And when you observe, you will see moment by moment with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. So whatever the forms arise, whatever the feelings arise, whatever the perceptions come to you out of that feelings, whatever the volitions or the formations arise, sanskara arise in you, and out of that, whatever the consciousness arise in you, always change. Always change. There is nothing that you can repeat or reverse. Only you have moment of experience. That is the only thing you have. So if you able to settle down with that and experience it, just for a moment, and see what is happening. And then you're going to go beyond the forms, feelings, formations, perception, volitions, and the recognition. You're not going to stuck with the recognition. You go beyond that. When you go beyond the recognition, you not belong to samsara. So if you stuck with the form, if you out of that form, if you stuck with the feelings, out of that feeling, if you stuck with the perception, out of that perception, if you stuck with the volition or the formations, out of that formations or the volitions, if you stuck with your consciousness, you are in the samsara. So that is what you have, that is what who you are. Look at yourself. So maybe you think about your life, what does that mean? whatever form, or that's mean whatever the object came to your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. There is nothing in that beyond that you can see something or think something. And then regarding your future, what you're projecting, all the forms related to the mechanism, all the form related to your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. There is nothing you can that the think. Why? Because you're living with that. So recognizing that is the self-realization. And when you observe that what is happening, the forms arising itself, not with the superpower or help, or not with because of you pray, nothing to do with your identity, nothing to do with your personality, nothing to do with your gender, nothing to do with your nationality. So whatever the form arise with your eye, in that very moment, in that eye, that form disappear. So remember this, whatever arise in your ear as sound, in that very moment, in that ear, it will disappear. It's not going to go somewhere and disappear. No, in that very place, it's going to disappear. Nose, whatever aromas arise in that nose, in that very place, it will disappear. Tongue, taste, in that very place, it will disappear. Sensation, in that very place arising, it will disappear. And the mind, thought, in that mind, it will arise. It's not going to disappear in another one mind. No, in your own mind, it will disappear. So when it disappears, if you don't see it, what happened when you hold it to that whatever the form, then out of that form, the feelings arise. So if you don't see how the feelings arise and how the feelings disappear, then you attach to that. And then the perception, if you don't see it disappear, you start to attach. That attachment is itself created by your mind, following thoughts. You cannot have any kind of form, feeling, for perception, volition, or awareness twice. Why? Because in that very place it arises, in that very moment it disappears. But the mind itself has power to project it again and again, again and again. So as a result of that, what happening, we go in that way. We following in that way. We create life around that experience. And that is what we call living. So then when it comes to you, where you should start. So when you cannot recognize this, that is what called ignorance in Buddhism. Not all the mathematics or the science, or not that you cannot get any kind of the marks for any subject, not that conventional level of knowledge. So not knowing this reason is called ignorance. And then why it happened? That is what we're going to talk about today. Why it happened to us. So the ignorance or the ignorant come out of ignore. So ignore is a kind of like a intentionally you drop the attention. So because you are busy with something and then you don't put the attention. So it is an intentional action. Ignore. It is not happened by mistake. Listen this very carefully. Your ignorance is not a mistake. So ignorance come out of the ignoring. So why you ignore? You ignore because you are focusing to something else. And intentionally you escape from the moment. So there is a person that you don't want to meet that person. So then what you ignore that person. You do it consciously. So then why this happened to us then? And because of the whatever the attachment that we carry, and because of that attachment, we ignore the truth, the reality, whatever happening in this very moment. So that is why you are responsible for that. And once you do it again and again and again and again, it's a kind of like your mind start to work like autopilot. And then ignoring is a kind of like become a passion. Ignoring become kind of like a attitude. Ignoring become kind of like your lifestyle. Ignoring is become kind of like your identity. And as a result of that, what is happening? You become ignorance. So then what you missing? What you ignore? What you ignore is the very present moment of experience. Why it happened to us? Because we projecting to something or we tangle with our past experience. As a result of that, then we miss this point. So then remember now, if you intensely ignore something, remember that is the beginning of your ignorance. And sometimes it happens because of the fear, because of lack of confidence. And maybe you have a different higher desire. But remember, when there is a moment come, don't ignore. Go for it. Even you die, go for it. Don't ignore. Look at all the enlightened masters. Look at the wise people in the history. And you believe they are like wise, but you don't want to follow what they did. We follow our own method. We believe they are wise better than us, but when it comes to reality, we don't want to do what they did. We do our own way. See? And then in day-to-day life, remember, the very first thing, when a situation comes, don't have intention to ignore. Have an intention to put the attention. Now you reverse the pattern. Now you investing your thoughts to gain the wisdom, because that you use the thought. If you ignore any situation, anything, even in the kind of like just imagine, you put the alarm to wake up early in the morning. Not every day, maybe once a while, even. Now, you went to sleep with the intention to wake up, and now you know alarm going to ring. And then when the alarm ring, if you ignore your ignorance, see that is how you feed into that. It is that much simple. So in day-to-day life, if you feel hungry, so hungry, your body feels thirsty, hungry, you ignore. And that is become a result of ignorance. See, this is nothing to do with any kind of, the chanting or any kind of, the secret dharma. Is nothing to do. You just tune to the moment. And maybe you feel so sleepy, so tired, and you ignore it. And that is where the ignorance facilitate, arise. You feed to ignorance. So then from today, remember, it doesn't matter whatever you do. And first start to tune to your body and recognize and see what you feel. And you don't need to overfeed that, but at least you have to remember to recognize that. And that is what the called Kaya Anupasana, Vedana Anupasana. That again we go to the Satipatthana. But in day-to-day life, forget about meditation. It's nothing to do with the meditation. Just tune to your body. Don't ignore, at least yourself. And once you start to practice that, you're going to understand, oh, when I see it rather than ignoring, it is more easy to get out of it. It is more comfortable. It is more peaceful. It's like the river. The river come through the higher mountains and over the lands, the hills, and it's go everywhere, nourishing all the trees and giving water to people, animals, and cleaning all the cities. But when it comes closer to the ocean, it feels so afraid. Oh, I am this river. How am I going to merge with this huge ocean? How I can survive with it? And the current, when it comes closer to the river, it's so difficult for the river. And sometimes that's why people, go and see how the river and the ocean come together. Because the current itself try to reverse, but it cannot. So, and then the river is kind of like, get panic. How I going to, survive with this? But how about once it start to mix with the ocean water, it feel infinity. And it feel kind of like the freedom and the boundless. The same thing with you. When you don't ignore, you start to recognize the beauty of acceptance. Anything. Why? Because that is the beginning of wisdom. So don't afraid. Don't afraid for anything in your life. Take that fully responsibility from today. Remember, I'm not afraid for anything. What other can do for you? Nothing. They get panic. If you decide, if you initiate yourself, I'm not afraid for anything from today, around you people get panic. That is the only thing can happen. Why? Because other people like when you afraid, when you fail, when you sad, when you worry, when you cry, other people smile deeply in their heart. Oh, look at that, look at that, you know. So initiate yourself. Rather than escaping, you're going to accept any situation, anything. Then we know, you know, even the suffering. Look at all the Buddhas, eons by eons, all the Buddhas come to world, and what tells us? Life is suffering. So you initiate from today yourself. I'm going to accept any suffering to in my life. Done. You are done. Nothing can have, you know, nothing can hurt you if you can accept it. So that is what happens when you don't ignore. Because what happens through in day-to-day life, we learn to ignore little things. It is start from us. And that is where the ignorance start to grow inside. And then little by little, once it become a habit, pattern, it overtake our life. So then remember, teach your children and practice yourself in day-to-day life with whatever the situation. Don't find any word to ignore. If there is a conversation, go into the depth of that and have that conversation. Get into the bottom of it. Don't go here and there. Get into the bottom of it right away. And any situation come, address to the bottom of situation. Don't go here and there. You know, don't do head massage. No, practice that. You will see how it work for you. When a situation comes, sometimes we take days, months to address to that. We know each other sometimes. Something happened. No one want to talk. And what happening? Everybody ignoring. Ignoring not only that, mentally, you know, have the chattering and conversation themselves. And the situation become worst. If there is something, you know, don't ignore. And that is the, you will see if you start to practice that and practice with your body, and then you will see. That is where you can handle this to your body. Because now you know how it works. And sometimes we know, we ask, how are you? We ask from others. And sometimes we don't know who I am. You know, but we like to ask, how are you? So first learn yourself and know who you are. So for that, don't ignore. And there is another exercise for that. So now you know how to address to your ignorance and get into the right place, get into the depth, get into the bottom, any situation. Little by little, start to practice. And then another thing is we always projecting to past and the future. And because of that, this thought pattern already like a chain, already like a network, build up to the past and the future. So then there is no gap in between your action, reactions, and result. There is no gap. So what you need, because of that, this current keep coming with us. So then you need a gap in between your thoughts and your actions. That is where your creativity going to grow. Whatever come to your mind, whatever that the reactions come, you just, you know, you just keep doing things. And whatever action, you just react. Bodily, verbally, mentally action happen around us, you just react. No, start to hold this bit. In that very moment, to hold that, you need the consciousness. Otherwise, you cannot hold it. If there is no consciousness, if there is no awareness, you cannot hold your action. See, that holding itself create the, you giving spark, ignite your wisdom. So in that very moment, what happened? Your creativity start to spark, ignite. So once little by little, once you develop that pattern, you start to create a gap in between your thoughts and action, perception and action, reaction, perception and reactions in a certain level. In the middle, you create that, you give the birth to awareness. What will happen? Rather than your thoughts, rather than the perception, your awareness become stronger, stronger, stronger. Once your awareness becomes stronger, doesn't matter whatever the perception, doesn't matter whatever the thoughts related to sanskara or the volition or the history that you carry in you, it cannot play the role. Why? Because in the middle, you have awareness. Like the judge, look at that, this heavyweight boxing people. They are in the two corners. But maybe like a Lilliput, little judge in the middle, like this wrestling people. There's a little, little man. But if he's the judge, forget about that. It doesn't matter how big are the guy. So you have to listen to the judge, coach, referee. So like that, keep your awareness as the referee. Why? Because this is a huge boxing game. How, that is what we experience every day in our head with all the perception come to us. This is kind of like a wrestling game every day. So keep your awareness and create the gap in the beginning and keep your awareness, let the awareness to grow. When you create the gap itself, your awareness grow. That is the beginning of your wisdom. And when it become bigger, 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 that means the referee, coach, judge going to become stronger. And then it doesn't matter whatever the perception come, and it doesn't matter whatever the thought related to us, you're going to be okay. So these two methods, if you synchronize, right away you will see how it's going to work for you. So what are the two methods? One is without ignoring, without escaping from intensely. You initiate yourself, you're going to accept it. No matter what. Maybe you die, it's okay. Look at the people die everywhere. If you die for dharma, you're going to born with the dharma. Then the next time, it never going to happen to you. We are what happened to in our samsara, because we used to escape. That's why it's keep coming behind us. All this suffering, difficulties, pain, everything, we escape. That is the ignorance. That is why it keep chasing us. But if you today decide yourself, initiate yourself, are going to accept it, you will see tomorrow what happened to that. It's going to get panic and disappear from you. So the samsara the same. And that is where you're going to give birth to wisdom. So from that point, how you can develop the wisdom, grow in conventional level, and create a gap in between your thoughts and your action, reaction and action create a gap. Hold little bit. Like in between your inhalation, exhalation, like there is a gap. And if you go to London, subway, what they mostly say, mind the gap, mind the gap. When I go, and the first time I go, sometimes, I was sitting somewhere and listening to that. It's all the subway stations, to always say, mind the gap, mind the gap. So then remember yourself, gap your mind, keep the gap in your mind with your actions. You will see, you're going to see it yourself, that because this is nothing to do with that. What is that? Is the method that we practice thousand years. So that is what you need to learn yourself. And once you get it, then you know how to work with it. And then you know who you are. That understanding is called the self-realization. So this is not difficult. Only thing that you need the faith to go towards that way. Only thing in day-to-day life, not just more, in the evening or morning, you just sit for meditation. No, in day-to-day life, when you do other things, you have to have little intention to apply this to your other activities. Because when you sit for meditation, somehow you're going to be there. Uh, because I'm in front of your camera, your computer or cell phone, or maybe we somehow manage to do the class, but this is nothing to do with the class. After the class, in day-to-day life, play the game, play little by little, apply this and see what that monk told. Is it work? Look yourself, get the taste out of your own practice. Then you will see how it works. That what you understand, you're not going to get out of anywhere with any books. So you are capable for that. There is no one, can beat you with that ability. That's what the Buddha addressed. That's why people hate the Buddha. That's why people angry with the Buddha. Even today, there are some people, if they see the Buddha statue, they get panicked. Even they hear the Buddha, they don't like. And sometimes we go to this, nowadays, this interfaith, conversations we have. When they see the Buddha, when they see the monks, they get panicked. Why? Because they don't like to hear this. They don't like to hear you have power. There is no one can beat that. There is no one can take that out of you. You have that power. What is that? Developing the wisdom by your own mind with your own abilities. So if you're able to think about it rather than becoming busy with these other things, it is okay, we have to do that things also. But deeply have a little faith just for you to be a better person for your tomorrow. So with that, I bless upon everyone with this good practice. May all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you. May no difficulties come to you. May no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo vajjantu sabbarogo vinasatu mate bhavatantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava. Ittavata cha ammihi sampadang punya sampadang Sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.